Akiobat. Oj, Akiobat. Oh, hello. How did you get into my house? Good evening. Lotties, lasses, and lassos, only wholesome vibes going on here. Today we're gonna do something absolutely beautiful that I always look forward to journeying all of you through. We're gonna look at r/frick YouKaren, which is an amazing subreddit, amazing stories, and we can laugh at ridiculousness together. I do hope you enjoy it. Mwah. And remember to do the kribis, otherwise microphone will never stop spinning and it's gonna be horrible. Does that work as a marketing scheme? I think so. Oh god. It's falling apart. Social dilemma. My 6-year-old accidentally knocked over the babysitter's laptop off the counter and it smashed. She wants me to replace it, but I don't think I owe her anything because it was an accident. My child is destroying property, but I think it was an accident, so I don't have to do anything. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I bet this very same person would be very entitled to having something reimbursed if the roles were simply reversed. Oh dear God.
If something breaks, but it was an accident, did it really break? The social dilemma of the day. Dobby R. I went on Dollar Tree at Blorp Blorpy Blorp. Sales associate Jenny was extremely rude. She shouldn't be working around people. Maybe she didn't get any. My total was $4.31 and gave me $20 and I was trying to get to 31 cents. But she said it was too late and was doing whatever the computer said. I told her I was trying to get change and all she had to do was add 31 and 69 to get $1 because I didn't want the change. She said she couldn't. I asked why can't you do simple math? It had nothing to do with the computer. She is so ignorant. First, you don't treat customers like that. Second, it's a cash register, not computer.
It's a okay. But usually, nowadays, it's very similar. It's like the same thing.
Third, she doesn't know how to not be rude.
That is, oh my god, that's ironic. Oh, that's so ironic. That is poetic in a way.
Fourth, a first grader knows how to add better than Jenny.
Aggressive customers can leave cashiers flustered. We are trained that if we are confused or thrown off balance, just hand the customer back the original change and ignore the demands. Guys like this are how cashiers get short-charged. I have learned it's always the meanest and most aggressive ones that are the scammers. They try to scare and intimidate you into compliance. That's pretty nasty. I mean, for a job like that, you're not paid to deal with this. God, is there like, you know how you get paid extra for dangerous job hazard pay? Is there a similar thing to like Karen exposure? Does that exist? Karen in Virginia says her 13-year-old biracial son won't listen to her ever since being taught CRT at his middle school. So she is suing the school. Mother is suing son's school over CRT curriculum. Or, I don't know, maybe your 13-year-old son won't listen to you because he's 13 years old. But also because 13-year-olds won't learn about college-level CRT and this mom is full of BS, and that's why she's on Fox News. I mean, I can't verify, I've never gone to school in the US, but it sounds pretty wild. It does sound pretty wild. I don't think I've heard anyone, like, suing a school before for, like, curriculum for 13-year-olds. Oh my god.
I caught my neighbor leaving his 12-year-old son home alone and he has not come back for 6 hours. Should I call CPS?
For a 12-year-old? No? I get the feeling this is the kind of neighbor that sits by their glass windows with a pair of binoculars, trying to figure out what they can call the cops on in the middle of the night. Maybe this is the same person in a previous video who was gonna call the cops on teenagers in hoodies with foxes that were planting grass. That was a pretty wild one. Cops called on me for performing first aid. I was at Starbucks this morning and a very young-looking employee said to the Karen in front of me, "Today is my first day. Sorry if I take an extra few seconds." Karen replied,
"Then get me someone else. I don't want you to help me."
They were only 2 people working, and she said, "The other employee is making a drink, so please wait on a second." Karen yells about them needing to hurry up. After Karen was done, it was my turn. I told the young worker to not worry about it and people are shitty. I let her know she was doing a great job. Then the color drained from her face and she said, "I don't feel well." Immediately after, she fainted. I said to the other worker to get help and went around the counter to tend to her. I am fully certified. Karen starts screaming about how I'm doing it wrong and calls the police on me. She then starts screaming about needing a refund. Edit to add, she woke up right away. She could talk and was coherent. The Karen was asked to leave. The girl was fine and went and got looked at a hospital. That is so wild. Why? Why? Oh my god. What a piece of poo. A girl could possibly be dying and you're worried about a refund? Someone should make her eat her own teeth. As a flight attendant, every flight with a medical emergency, there's also been a passenger complaining that the service was slowed or delayed because the flight attendants were busy assisting with the medical. People are a-holes. That is so what? It's a coffee. So someone has fainted. You do nothing to help the situation. You call the cops on the person actually helping, and then you demand a refund to the point where they have to escort you out. At what point does the self-awareness hit that, like, maybe I'm just doing everything worse? You know? But when does that hit? Never. Probably.
1 star. On Friday, November 1st at about 11 a.m., I stopped by this blorp Starbucks and had the worst customer service that I've ever experienced in my life. I bought a breakfast sandwich at another Starbucks. I didn't have a chance to eat it for about an hour. I stopped at the Starbucks and asked them if they could reheat it for me. The girls at the counter, I don't have her name, said no, they can't do that. I asked why and she said it's a health violation. What is that? I asked her to make me another sandwich and she said no, we can't do that. And that I can buy another sandwich if I want. Any decent person would have either reheated that sandwich or would have offered to make me a new one. These are the type of people that would destroy a business.
The cashier at front of one of many Starbucks stores is the one that's going to bring the business to the ground, apparently. But also, no, because you bought a meal, it's no longer hot, you procrastinated eating it, they can't heat it up because of health regulations, which sound reasonable. They don't owe you a second free meal because you simply didn't eat the first one. And it's not even the same store. What are you on about? Nobody owes you anything. This is so weird. The entitlement is so strong you can taste it. Yeah, I left my sandwich out for hours and bought it from someone else, but you are responsible for making me a new one. Sure, lady.
BS, pronouns and labels. At the Blorp Fair, the kids' 4-H projects have caregivers in place of parents on their entry forms. They say it so they don't get offended or confuse the children. I am offended because I worked hard to be that person known as mom, aka parents.
Oh no, it's not one of, is this the same one that gates keep people that want to call themselves mom, but they have had a C-section? Is this the same kind of person?
Caregiver is only part of the job. Proud to be the parent.
But caregiver is like a much broader thing. They probably put it there for a reason. It's not it's not to take away any pride of being a parent or whatever this rant is about. Why are you making such a big deal of it? I would assume that if you are like a little bit not so insecure about it, you would be fine and just say like, yeah, I'm still someone's mom no matter what a silly form on some school fair says. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Karen.
Oh god, is this is this like, what's it called, the pink bands? But for Karens? No, please. Maybe it's a charity for like for people who work cashier jobs and have to quit because of Karen-ness. That would make sense.
This was at Riverside last night. Surely this shouldn't be allowed.
Okay, let's see what's on the picture. So it's a couple of bikes. Is that the folk? Bikes? I think you're allowed to ride bikes. What is that? Is that the whole thing? What? Today, best Karen cut. Hunting the best Karen haircut on the country. Perth. Oh no. Wait, oh no, she has basically the same haircut as they're showing behind them. Oh no, please. Oh no. Dark Legacy Comic. Achievement earned. Go outside. Antihistamine. +6 to go outside. Resistance. 5 seconds remaining. Ugh. The Upper Suburbs. Homeowner Association Territory. Front gate.
You don't belong.
Interact Whisper. See manager. Report suspicious. Cell phone trinket. Used to record your surroundings. Inflict shadow damage to all enemies within 30 yards and causing them to flee in fear. You have reached level 2. New ability available. Go viral. Dungeon unlocked. Karen, the gated community.
I am posting your description next door. You better watch out, a-hole. Wow, the lore is so rich.
Is this just a D&D adventure, but it's just filled with Karens? Every fantasy creature is just replaced with a Karen. Honestly, I kind of want to make a Karen-esque character for my next D&D adventure as the final boss. That would be absolutely amazing. A Karen doesn't like the pollinator-friendly area outside my fence.
Occupant, it's time you cut and clean weeds and grass off the roadside of the Indian run. Bill always kept it cut. It always looked nice. Your place looks like trash. People live there.
Surely. Even if it is as bad as you make it out to be, surely this is not the way to go about it. You could be like, hey there, fellow neighbor, how are you doing? I could not notice these weeds are kind of spreading. Would you mind giving them a little bit of a whacking? You can do it in a pleasant way. Calling like someone's place trash and all that kind of stuff maybe isn't the way to start off the conversation. That's how you make instant enemies and create a lot of friction.
Older model car parked on local street. Can someone do something about this? I've tried the police and the Blorp office to no avail. We pay a lot of money to live in this neighborhood. It's outrageous that we should have to look at cars with such a low Kelly Blue Book value.
Wait, what is this? Wait, hold on. I don't actually know what this is. What? Kelly Blue Book value. What on earth? For over 90 years, Kelly Blue Book has been the trusted resource for used car values, helping car owners understand what their used car is worth. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay, so because you live in a nice neighborhood, you can't possibly have a car that has a low Kelly Blue Book value because that is atrocious. Because you paid not to have to look at your neighbor's cars. What? Who cares? Why do you care? So you know when you're just chilling at a game, you're just enjoying yourself and you have a couple of feet right up next to your face. Oh, yes indeed, it's just a foot long worth of pleasure, isn't it?
Hello?
Hey!
Long time no see, Blorp, how are you? I am Blorp.
Hi, you can see me?
Are you Blorp?
No.
Oh my god, I might have entered the wrong number. I'm not a rude woman, I hope it didn't bother you.
No worries, I just assumed you were a scammer.
If you're not Blorp, I apologize if it is the wrong number. But don't defame me. Defamation is against the law of the US.
Is it because they said they assumed you were a scammer? That's the...
Hello, stranger whose number I mistook for one of my friends. Don't make me take you to court.
It's such a random out-of-pocket response. What?
1 star. My experience at a fast food restaurant is one of the worst yet. I normally enjoy some famous bowls and tacos, but in this case the food was cold, and I didn't like the fact that I called the restaurant like 12 times and nobody answered the phone. So then I called McDonald's to ask someone nicely to go knock on the drive-thru window and tell them to answer the phone because apparently they aren't capable of that. I work in a restaurant, actually a diner, but since I know how things are supposed to work in the restaurant business, very terrible service will not visit.
There's not a single punctuation in this entire post. Well, that is painful, but also, let me get this straight. So they didn't reply to the phone as fast as you like them to. I'm assuming the number is also kind of exaggerated. So you called a neighboring restaurant that has nothing to do with this place, a McDonald's, and asked their employees, hey, can you go to the, I don't know, the Taco Bell next door and knock on their window to tell them to take my call? Fast food employees aren't some kind of hive mind. That is amazing. Hello on this hot summer morning. We will be closing the diner today and tomorrow, July 21st and July 22nd from 2 p.m. to 3:30 for our kitchen staff to have a break from the hot kitchen. Sorry for your inconvenience, but we will be open for dinner.
Never heard of such a thing. What is going on with businesses lately? Catering to employees instead of customers?
Estimates. Can you imagine caring for your employees? Disgusting. They're getting heat strokes in the kitchen, but what about my sandwich? I mean, posts like this, as in the original post, gives me a little bit of hope about humanity. There is some kind of compassion, even in like businesses and fast-paced environments. The comment, not so much. Employees are humans too, believe it or not. Me at work when I have to respond to Karen's negative review on social media spam after they verbally and physically assaulted my fellow team members.
Little Miss Karen Slayer, oh yes, stab them.
With wholesomeness. Met my first male Karen, complained about us talking, but was on a conference meeting at 4:55 a.m. on the train. Not only are they disturbing everyone literally in the middle of the night, they also have the audacity to tell others to stop talking. You don't even have headphones! It's not even only your own voice, you're literally not even trying to make it quiet for everyone else. At 4 a.m. Oh my god. I would not have been happy if I shared this train. Ugh, what a nightmare.
My husband is divorcing me because I cheated. Can I get half of what he owns without getting also the kids? I want to have fun with the money, and I think the kids would take too much of my time.
Please be satire. I've seen this in other places. It's definitely satire. Oh, thank God. I really hope you're right. Oh my god. I mean, there might be people out there that definitely think like this, but whew, that would make more sense. A little bit of humanity restored.
You will address me by my husband's rank.
The frick I will, Karen. Can you imagine that? You're just working in some random store or just bumping into someone and be like, oh, sorry, miss, you can go before me.
You address me by Colonel, Miss Karen, because that's my husband's ranks.
No, don't think I will.
I will be taking my business elsewhere.
I don't care.
I will never come back.
I don't care.
I'll spend my money someplace else.
I don't care.
You just lost a customer.
I don't care.
I always find that fascinating. Like that is not probably the way to go about it. You know, the person working the storefront isn't the owner of the company. They don't have a stake in you not coming back necessarily. You know, it's not, it's so weird to me. It's the same kind of logic. Like if you ever have to use, for example, customer support somewhere, even though it has been annoying, even though you have gone through many steps to try to get your case resolved, don't be rude to the other person at the other end, because they personally have nothing to do with your case. I worked briefly in a place where I wasn't technical support per se, but I had to deal with a couple of cases similar to that. And a couple of times it was because of some kind of client who was angry about something going wrong. And then all of a sudden, I was sitting there getting yelled at because some random server I was not even responsible for blew up in another country. And I was sitting there like, why are you yelling at me personally? I get this is like annoying, but instead of fixing something, I'm just sitting here listening to you vent. So, I don't know, be respectful. It will also make the other person more motivated to actually help you, and it makes stuff happen a lot faster.
1 star. I'm giving 1 star because of cheap management and customer service. I heard the food was very good, so I went to try. Me and my boyfriend got the calamari, spaghetti, alle vongole, and gnocchi. Were very delicious. I was actually so impressed that when the manager came to ask us how everything tasted, I told her it was some of the best Italian food I've ever had, and told her I'm going to post about it on my Instagram, where I had over 11,000 followers, and a lot of them in my area. She seemed very happy about it. I was wrong. I thought she would be grateful for the free advertising, but when the check came in, there was literally no discount at all. I thought at least one of the entrees would be taken off, but it didn't even take off the calamari or even the drinks. I won't go back here because of this, which is a shame because the food was very good. The manager needs to understand how to treat customers.
Yes, nothing says a good marketing partner quite like someone who will drag you in reviews and be like vengeful because they didn't get free stuff. And also, as someone who actually works with endorsement for brands and that kind of stuff, it's usually something you agree upon beforehand. You know, I can't just randomly say that, oh, I like your product. I may or may not talk about it in some kind of upcoming video. You should give me a bunch of free stuff, and then, you know, I may or may not own up to what I said, or we have no written agreement or anything. Who knows if I'm even telling the truth? You know, so this is not how you go about it, and the fact that you treat it this way tells me that you've probably never actually done something like this before, because this is the least professional way to go about it I think I've ever seen in my life.
Neighborhood dress code. Has anyone ever thought about the positive impact on property value that enforcing a neighborhood dress code might have?
So all the kids are gonna run around in like the equivalent of, I don't know, school uniforms, but like specific for the neighborhood? Oh my god.
I'd feel more comfortable if I knew what to expect to see when I went out every day.
Yeah, I hate the fact when I go out to get my newspaper and the neighbor kids aren't wearing tuxedos. Disgusting.
I imagine that can make our values skyrocket over the next 12 to 19 months. Happy to get a Zoom call together for anyone interested in pursuing this with me. Let me hear from you.
I mean, I'm assuming by the reactions that are mainly shocked faces and laughing emojis and 150 comments, most people probably aren't too thrilled about this idea. Because sure, a property value and stuff sounds great out of context, but having a neighbor policing what you can wear like in your own front yard, I mean, within reason, of course. If you're running around naked doing the helicopter, maybe people have something to say about it. But like, within reason, you know? If someone comes up to me like, your shorts are a bit worn, you have to paint your fence in fancy clothes. Like, no. Stop. Cease.
1 star. This is a Michelin star restaurant with only 3.7 stars. That should say something. My family and I canceled the reservation and they charged us 650 euros. That is absolutely absurd. We didn't dine in their restaurant. The staff was nothing but rude. The customer service is awful. Didn't hear what we had to say. And is taking a lot of money from my family. Gave no sympathy to the fact we don't even speak German. Disgusting.
Beware Nobelhart und schmutzig. Owner. Dear Blorb. Should I try to do this in a German accent? Okay, let's do it. Dear the Blorb. Like many restaurants of our standing, we have a cancellation policy. Because we do not have walk-ins. If you cancel less than 48 hours before your booking, you will be charged by full amount of set menu. With your table of 8, this cancellation fee would have come a whopping 1,160 euros. However, we realize that's a lot of money. So despite the fact that you only canceled 10 minutes before your booking, we only charge you 50% of the cancellation fee. We thought we were throwing you a bone there. After all, we lose money when guests don't show up. Still, we also understand that 550 euros is a lot of money for a meal, and you end up not having. All the best, Billy. So they had the policy in place, because it's like a heavily booked place, and you're giving them 1 star for enforcing their own policy? Okay. I've seen this kind of attitude in a few places. I don't go out that much, to be honest, but when I do, when I'm traveling or something, one entitled thing I've seen is when sometimes a family comes in to sit at a table and the restaurant's like, hey, are you gonna order something? Because you're kind of like occupying something in rush hour. And like, oh, sure, one Coke, please. And it's like, fam, you're taking up an 8-seat table to order a Coke for like $3. I don't know, some people in restaurants, it's weird. It really is. GOP rap mad she accidentally said she would shoot her own grandchildren. Only YouKaren is capable of the mental gymnastics required to get upset with someone else for something she said. Oh, that's amazing. I don't know a lot about the context of this stuff, but yeah, sounds about on par with what I would expect.
7.0 good. The hotel was light up beautifully. Lit up? Light? Okay. Minus. The cleaning manager walked in on me, knocked but opened the door quickly and stated, when are you leaving? I told him at 12 p.m. as soon as possible, apparently no grace period. The black girl with blonde and black braids was not polite at all. No smile or nothing. Very odd being that was a classy hotel. The other staff that was white, very kind and polite, gave me information on all popular sites to visit.
What's with the casual underhand racism? Jesus Christ. MLB.
What country's flag is that? Is that a US flag anywhere here? It is the United States of America, and these players are making millions in, right?
I mean, yeah. International business is a thing. I make sweet ad revenue on YouTube, and I'm not even American, even though a decent size of my audience is American. Oh yes, indeed, Karen. Oh yes, indeed. What are you gonna do about the world of memes? By the way, check out today's sponsor. No, I don't have a today's sponsor, it's fine.
She's not here for the manager, and she's done asking. Karen.
Oh, this is gonna be a blast. This is something that if I could, I would make like a really silly watch through on Twitch or something. That'd be so funny. I don't think it's gonna be a good movie. I'm just gonna be honest here, but the meme potential, man, the meme potential. Is this gonna be like the new Morbius in terms of memes? I really hope so. That'd be amazing.
One blop. Never go for special events, friends. We went there for New Year's Eve and 4th of July, and the last time I go. Yes, the location and the views are nice, but the 4th of July event was a joke. Just picture this, $100 for terrible food, okay band and fireworks. Come on! 4th of July and no barbecue sauce, no pickles, the worst cheesecake of my life. The only good thing of the event was their service and fireworks. Trust me, don't spend your 4th of July here. They just improvised a terrible event.
Oh, that's very angry. But you've been there multiple times, so you keep coming back for it, even though it's horrible. Alright, if you can't tell, that's a GMC 3500 across 3 handicap spots sideways, and in the way of traffic. And of course, it's in a Starbucks parking lot. That's like the worst parking you could possibly do. I mean, apart from just driving it straight through the front door of the Starbucks and parking it in the middle of the restaurant, this is like the worst parking you could have made. Oh my god, this is not even if you're bad at parking, this is so purposefully. You can't be this bad at parking, right?
Can the whole calling people a Karen thing be done soon? I am so over it. Laughing at one crying emoji. Whenever I see a post, I feel like the person saying it sounds pretty unintelligent. Totally agree, it's gotten old. I've never really gotten into it. They're just uneducated. That's why they're using memes. Only uneducated people use memes.
So here is a lady at the airport, pro-life, pro-woman, black, pre-born lives matter. Oh dear god, I do not like the additional implications of that sign. That is, the person who made this didn't think one step extra, did they? Defund Planned Parenthood, pro-life, I am the post road and small stickers I can't really read. I am not convinced, needs more messages sticker to her laptop. The impression I get of her, they're probably plastered all over the screen too. You have to be reminded of your strong standpoints.
Don't worry, Home Depot Maryville Blorp. At 8 months prego, will just load her own lumber. Don't feel it's necessary to interrupt your conversation.
So there are a couple of workers in the background, the wife is loading it. Why is she not able to load wood? And if it is an issue, where is her husband? Oh no. Taking the picture, I guess? Instead of... Oh no. This was posted on Twitter by the woman's husband, who stood around and did nothing but take this PA photo. The comments reamed him out for it. Her husband is also a local politician. He deleted the post after people called him out for not helping his wife and making her load the lumber. Oh my god. Oh, are you a local politician trying to be like a smart butt over the local workers that potentially will vote for you? And at the same time not help your pregnant wife to try to make some kind of point about, I don't know, I guess this is kind of like, nobody wants to work in a Malaysian millennials kind of thing, but... Oh my god. This is not shooting yourself in the foot, this is like playing football with a landmine. Oh my god. I thought this sub would appreciate this. Saw someone park like this in a Target parking lot. Owner flipped me the bird for taking a picture. Oh, that is on par with that other car, isn't it? How to take off as many spots as possible for no reason. Why? I mean, the parking lot is luckily kind of emptied, so I hope it didn't inconvenience anyone, but... Why?
Hello, my name is Amy and I've followed your beautiful franchises for a long time. I'm a mother to a beautiful and extremely intelligent 2-year-old daughter. Yeah, we have been searching for a Frenchie puppy and I've tried out 5, but all had temperament issues and failed to bond with my daughter.
What does that mean?
As I said, she's extremely intelligent and understands temperament testing that we must do. All 5 puppies have failed. Is it a common problem in Frenchies? We won't tolerate a puppy that snaps when my daughter is giving it a kiss or showing affection.
Well, it is a stranger, and the puppy might feel like tiny or inexperienced or not comfortable around humans yet. You know, there is a certain method to treating animals so they don't get scared or, you know, they feel threatened or anything like that. If this is the 5th one in a row, maybe I would consider that maybe something is a little bit aggressive in how you do the initial approaching of the animal.
I'll explain our requirements. You can reply if you're able to furnish a puppy to fit our needs. We require dark asses, lighter colored eyes, or a sign of Satan.
Oh, there we go. I wonder if we're gonna squeeze some Satanism into the puppies. I nailed it.
We require tolerance training be done by 6 weeks. We would want our baby no later than 10 weeks as this is when they form bonds for life. More breeders should know this. Puppy must be fully house trained. We would require the video of the puppy wearing clothes as my daughter will want to dress the dog. We need a complete allergy panel done and a guarantee of 0 allergies. We prefer a shorter hair coat with 0 to minimal shredding.
0 shredding? I don't think a dog with any fur at all is what you're looking for.
We will want a trial period to ensure bonding with my daughter can occur a minimum 2 weeks. We don't believe in vaccines, so we'll require no vaccines for our Frenchie. Oh, you're just baking everything into this, aren't you? This is amazing. We are open to some suggestion. We prefer the puppy has a certificate for a completed obedience class. We don't tolerate chewing. Understand my daughter has expensive things that will not be destroyed.
Also, after you get the dog, if it randomly chews on something, like 6 months later, it's a dog. It's gonna chew on things. That comes with having a pet, honestly. It takes a while to get erased. But then it's like the breeder's problem because, oh, you didn't breed in the non-chewy gene into this dog. I don't think you're looking for a dog. You're looking for one of those little Tamagotchis or something.
We do like the spotted ones, but we'll consider any color but brindle. Our daughter is highly perceptive in good energy and bad energy.
What?
She will know immediately if the puppy has good energy.
Whatever that means.
We also would require a sanitation protocol be forced for COVID-19.
But you're against vaccines?
If we choose your dog, I'll send the protocol to you for you to follow. I do have a friend that's assisting in this search and will travel to your home to pre-screen you and the puppy soon after babies are born. I will need to know ASAP if you're able to provide our perfect baby as I am screening others. Have a blessed day.
If I was a breather, I wouldn't bother in a billion years. Oh my god. It is important when you're looking for a pet that, you know, it works, you're able to take care of it, it meshes well with your situation or family or whatever it might be. But this is kind of ridiculous, and you're asking it to, I don't know, how do you think this works? It's not like No Man's Sky when you can just get a little egg for a creature and go into the gene splicer in the anomaly and just like affect the mood by feeding it more minerals of some kind. That's not really how it works now, is it? I don't think this person is looking for a live animal at all with all these requirements and weird stuff. And also 2-year-old daughter detecting positive energies. Oh my god. We just got a call.
Are y'all hosting the drag reading?
Yes, we are.
Alright, I just wanted to let you know that I will no longer be visiting your store, nor will my children or grandchildren.
Okay. And they hung up. It's important to make a statement to your local cashier answering a phone. That's how real change is made. To any wild Karen/anti-masker you may come across on Reddit, give them the Wearing is Caring award. This will also give them the same trophy for them to look at forever on their profile. Drives them nuts. Oh yeah, that's so good. Oh, that's very smart. The best way of giving awards. Wholesome violence. So here's a cutesy little secret door to like a kid's playroom. Look at that gallery party room. Looks amazing.
1 star. If you're thinking about going to Chesterton, don't. This is the door they have painted where kids play. No thanks. Don't be pushing your pagan occult witchcraft agenda on our kids. Oh, it's a satanic room. Oh my god.
The internet is a beautiful place in many ways. Residents Uncensored.
Wear your seatbelt, apparently police will ticket you. Criminals everywhere not wearing seatbelts.
Is this really a new thing to you? Honestly? Yeah, didn't that come into law in like, I don't know, 85 or something? It's quite a long time ago since this has been a standard requirement. Goodies would like to formally apologize for making the human error of putting melted butter instead of cold butter on Robin's bagel. We hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive us. I've attached her public review for reference. Sincerely, Sam.
I have never been to a bagel joint that puts melted butter on a bagel when you ask for a buttered bagel. I would never get served that in Brooklyn. I asked for regular butter on it and the girl served accept and threw the melted butter bagel out. Such a waste. I'm sure the bagel could have been used for another order, perhaps a toasted bagel.
But that's also health regulations. If something has already been served, you don't put it back and just give it to someone else. Like, that's not how anything works. Trigger a Karen in 1 sentence or less. This coupon is expired. And it's not for our store either.
Can't you match it or honor it though? This is ridiculous and terrible service.
I just imagine someone coming up with a note with like crayon writing all over it, like coupon for stuff.
Nailed it.
I am the manager. Call corporate, I don't care. I provide the number for corporate to demonstrate a lack of giving a single frick. No. My bike was stolen today, right outside my door. I live on the 3rd floor with my bike chained outside the stairwell bars, and someone came in and cut the bar in 2. Please take care to secure your bikes in either your own flat or garage. Thieves are not deterred by locks. If anyone happens to see it, please do let me know.
Sorry to hear this. I hope you had insurance. Please don't leave bikes chained to railing like this, as once the thieves cut them, they cannot be repaired. A bike can be replaced, but these railings are no longer manufactured and are irreplaceable.
So it's the guy with the bike's fault now? My manager was dealing with a mad customer, and the customer asks him if he can talk to the manager. And my manager is like, yeah, 1 second. And he does a dramatic 360 turn and goes, "Hi, I am the manager. How can I help you today?" Lamau! That is amazing! Yeah, sure, you can talk to the manager. Hello, this is Click, manager of Click Incorporated. How can I help you today? I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I do kind of like this. I pretend that I have like a large, fancy team sometimes when I talk to companies that reach out to me to make it seem like more professional. I once had a company that tried to get me to agree to something that was kind of a little bit outrageous. And I was like, "Hi, I have reviewed this together with my team," which I don't have a team, you know, it's total bogus, but it makes it seem like I have some fancy management structure or something. In reality, it's just like, nah, I thought about it, and I think this is a bad deal. It's so much more believable, like, nah, I went over this with the team and ran the numbers. It helps so much, because it makes you feel less alone, and people take you more seriously, surprisingly. They don't just think I'm some random Swedish dude sitting in my random studio every day, just sweating and reading memes. It's a professional team. Booyah.
We are not talking about a nose piercing.
Karen says parents must retain the right to counsel children away from homosexuality.
It is the Satan that's luring his fingers into your butt and turning you gay. I have this conspiracy that I have brought up a couple of times before. I wonder how many of the people who think that, you know, homosexuality is a choice or whatever the bogus argument is, how many of those people are actually bisexuals, but they were in such a toxic environment they could never really come out, and they made themselves kind of believe that, you know, oh, I had this romantic feelings towards both men and women, and I chose to be straight, so, you know, I wouldn't go against God's ways or whatever. I wonder how often that actually is the case. I'm kind of fascinated because a lot of people that talk about it have such conviction. It's like, no, it's a choice. I had these romantic thoughts for my friend Steve, and then I chose Courtney instead. So, fam, come on now.
Anonymous post with cherries, I think. Whatever. Can you post? I am losing my shite. I need to know if I'm tripping. So my husband has a 6-year-old daughter with his ex who happens to look like a mini version of the ex.
Can you imagine kids looking like their parents? Otherworldly.
We get a kid every other weekend, and my husband is always telling how cute she is, or how beautiful, or pretty, or commenting on their pictures saying, my beautiful girl, or whatever. It bothers me so much because the kid looks exactly like his ex and makes me feel like he likes how his ex look, or is still attracted to her. I don't know. Anyone else been through this? Huh? How can a parent tell their kid they look nice? It should be about me. How am I not the prettiest girl in the house? Huh? Have you seen? I even brushed this hair today to make a thumbnail for Shite Mom Group. Say, am I not the beautiful one?
Sorry, I'm getting way into this character. I'm so sorry to anyone. I'm just a bit quirky like that.
This is a Christian-based private yard sale. No LBGQ supporters.
I know it's pretty horrible, but like...
My 18-year-old son continues to play video games even after I smashed his laptop and deleted his Steam account. How can I permanently put an end to his gaming?
That sounds overly controlling and really destructive. Why are you smashing someone else's property? That is never okay. And also, it's pretty common, you know, to play too much video games. I had multiple periods in my life when I played way too many video games. And the most important thing you can do, the best thing you can do is talk to them. How to set up healthy boundaries, or if they struggle with the boundaries, you know, only play for a certain amount of time, maybe making sure that all the other important stuff of the day is already finished, and then you can just relax in the evening and just play to your heart's content. Whatever works for them. Gaming is something that can go overboard and you can spend way too much time and, you know, you lose sight of other things in life that are important. But the solution is probably not to smash their property either, if it is that big of a problem. Talk to them, set up boundaries, teach them, guide them. They are a young person. There are better ways to go about it.
Unpopular opinion. Male gynecologists and women who visit them are in sin. This subject is not talked about because 99% of pastors are cowards, and it's high time we had this conversation. By the way, I've held this position for over a dozen years.
The argument that something is a sin is just so otherworldly to me. It's like when a kid tells you like, oh, you've been a meanie, you're not getting anything from Santa. And it's like, kiddo, I buy everything myself. Welcome to the real world. I mean, it's silly. Found on my car. Karen offended by my license plate. The DNC equals dance. Oh, I love dance.
You love DNC? Good to know there's a god-hating baby killer in the neighborhood.
I am shocked you're not driving an environment-killing electric vehicle, you freaking R-word. Oh my, we have a little diplomat on our hands, don't we? How adorable.
Dear men, sunglasses are a tool of the patriarchy. They're used to hide oogling eyes and sinister looks. They make women feel uncomfortable and they are not a necessity. Please stop wearing sunglasses as a sign of respect and support for women. Thank you, allies.
No, stop. In Sweden a bunch of years ago, there was someone who said that men couldn't wear shorts because it was, what did they call? Visual littering. This gives me the same kind of vibes. Why do you care?
I found my son having personal fun in his room. How do I stop this?
When you say personal fun in the privacy of his own room without any mention of his age, and he's doing so by himself, I am struggling to understand what it is you're insisting needs to stop. Do you mean you would like for him to engage in the fun with others? Or a group of other people, perhaps? Or that he should have fun outside the privacy of his own room? Again, just trying to gather some information here, because it would be incredibly ignorant to assume you meant you want to somehow stop his desire to have fun, and attempt to prohibit that natural behavior simply because you don't know how to have a healthy conversation with your child about developmental changes and maturity. Here's what you gotta do. Give him a lock for the inside of his bedroom door, and don't ever go inside unless you are invited. That will put a stop to you seeing it. As for stopping him doing it, you have no right to stop it. Yeah, let your kids grow up and be healthy. I don't get this kind of weirdness. It's no, stop. Jesus Christ. And also let your kid have privacy. Everyone deserves privacy. Well, laddies, lasses, and lassos, I sincerely do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I hope to see you here in the very near future. Have an amazing rest of your day, because you deserve it. Take care. Mwah.